If you didn't know this, Creamfields is an electronic dance music festival founded and organized by British club promoter Cream. It's over the course of 4 days with 70,000 people per day. And the festival is actually the UK's most prestigious electronic dance music festival. And what does that have to do with ZZZ? ZZZ and Hoyoverse and MiHoYo recently had an entire 50-minute set played at the Creamfields Festival, which is an incredibly cool thing for the music of Zenless Zone Zero. It also justifies how good this music is, both in context of ZZZ and out of context in the broader electronic music world. And it's something that's really fresh and unique for both the direction of ZZZ and also the direction of MiHoYo games on the whole. Like, let's listen to Endless Construction Day theme. Like that's amazing to me. That's amazing that this was playing at Creamfields, and it also showcases how incredibly cool the music of ZZZ actually is. And it's actually become sort of my favorite music that MiHoYo makes because of the way that it uses electronic heavy beats, and it really digs into the I don't know, there's like a primal element to this music. The dance electronic aspects of this are so cool and so fun. And also in a piece like this, the beat emphasis is the main focus. The thrust of this is about feeling like you're like, I don't know, the elements of the construction and the Bellabog Industries and that heavy use of synth. It's a really invigorating soundscape, right? It makes you feel like doing something. I'm just going to flip down through here. And I mean, meow, this must be about Nekomata. I'd love to hear what this sounds like. Almost like it's muffled and muted. And then it shifts into this hardcore, real crunchy soundscape in there. And that's so cool too, because it's like, this little corner is so fun because it basically takes what we've heard before, and the track repeats fairly frequently, but what's really fun is that the back half of this actually speeds up, and we end up subdividing, which gives it a sense of forward momentum that's even further thrusting forward than it did previously, which I think is really, really fun. And also too, again, what I love about ZZZ's music in general is the energy with which it drives it forward, right? Like, that's pretty obvious. It doesn't require me, a guy on YouTube, explaining that to you, but forward momentum, especially in a game that's like this, where it's pretty fast, it requires energy in order for us to feel like what we're doing in game is a satisfying experience. That music is driving that forward. And what's really cool about what Hoyoverse and MiHoYo's done, and the Hoyo Mix team here especially, is that we're really launching into this aesthetic of a true electronic writing, where it's like, you know, again, this was at Creamfield. An entire set was played at Creamfield. And what's cool about this is that this is like such a legitimizing experience for this game to be featured on that stage and be featured by, you know, a legit DJ. You know what I mean? And again, we slow back. Now we slow down. And it's obviously about Nekomata, so we get a sense of her, maybe a little bit of her personality in this. You get some like real like instrumentation here that's very natural. I guess it would be a Japanese instrumentation, kind of. But the slowing down is really cool. All right, then I haven't heard a lot of these other ones. Let's check out Ballet Labyrinth Night. So it starts off slow with just the chord, but it has a little bit of effect on it and a little bit of forward rhythm. Some interesting sort of chord structure there. A little not fully in tune. Saxophone dominance. Much more of an atmosphere. I mean, all these tracks are pretty atmospheric, but this one too. Is that Barry sax maybe? Yeah. It's got a real hearty tone to it, doesn't it? Rhythm's been picking up underneath too. I want to see if it goes somewhere. It's fun to hear the saxophone in this, actually. Some real jazz chords, I'd say. Yeah, that's actually a super chill track. That's like the perfect track to like bop around to, especially at in a venue like Creamfields. But also, I think it would be really excellent in the car. And I wanted to check out Chaos Gamma. That's awesome. Man, that's so cool. You know, it's funny. So my fiance is, I come from an opera background. If you didn't know that, I was an opera singer for a decade, and my fiance actually really started getting me into electronic music because she loves electronic music. And the thing is, and what's cool to me about ZZZ is that if I were to present her this like entire like live stream, she would love this. And it's fun because what that means is this music is crossing the gap between video game and reality. And that's a really exciting thing because we are constantly in a sort of not a battle, but in a struggle of getting people to legitimately see that video game music is a valid point is a valid piece of music and art. And video game music is really important, not just in video games, but also in a life context. Like, this music is so legitimate, and it's so cool to see it being played at such a big venue and such an important venue. Because it like legitimizes this music to a much larger audience. Now, obviously, it's not as large as those of you that play ZZZ or those of you that love MiHoYo games, you know, and obviously this is a wonderful departure for that standard sound that we've come to know, especially from games like Honkai Star Rail or Genshin Impact. Like, this is so radically different from those. And I think it really is exciting because this is the beginning, hopefully, of really meaningful collaborations with other large music venues and DJs. And we already have Tiesto involved, right? So, like, this is the coolest thing about ZZZ to me. You know, whether or not you play it or not, it doesn't really matter. But what's really amazing is that we are making music in video games that is being played outside of them at really important places. And that is something that we can all get behind. Doesn't matter whether you play the games or not. What matters is that it's like, yeah, video game music is legit and it's being taken seriously by major venues. So that's really cool. As always, thanks a ton. A lot more ZZZ music to come, of course. I'm really thrilled with this musical experience. And yeah, talk to you later. Bye.